Flat Earth British, Martinliedtke speaking. Hi guys, welcome back to the Great Flat Earth British think tank for a little extra post for you all here today. An extra piece of the puzzle has now fallen into place, which I've come to share with you all here this evening, okay? And it's a bit of a mystery that's been ongoing in Flat Earth British, okay? Which is now solved, thankfully. So I hope you all enjoy this. Please share this out, and this will be a short post, shorter than usual. Anyway, for the longest time, we have been looking into these anomalous bollards that are all over antiquity. Here's two at the Vatican. Okay, we have proposed on Flat Earth British, this is part of the circuit board city energy grid transference, as in when a chain goes across, or maybe even not, the charge can be passed from one bollard to the other. You find them everywhere in antiquity. They're not necessarily all made of wrought iron. Some of them are made of more of a crystalline structure of stone, but they're all over antiquity. Now they all share a common theme I'm finding, these wrought iron ones, which is a decorated or serrated top. Okay, now what is the reason for that? To stop you taking a cat up and down here? Maybe, but they are in the most anomalous places. Also lugs. You see these in city streets in Europe. I'm not sure about America, but maybe even the wrought iron drain covers are part of this technology. But these lugs you can see, and these are also these chains. You can see these in most cities. So these are from the golden age of Tartaria, the decoration, and they will transfer a charge. Not that you could touch this and get a belt, like an electrocuted fence for cattle, but it'd be a subtle charge, something a constant that would take it and charge. Okay, here's what I think. They're everywhere, as you can see, two here, almost buried, and these lugs. These are all over Russia. They definitely have a sense of technology about them, but they have been anomalous. We don't know what they do, but we've had images of them for quite some time, and we have pondered what their use was. It's part of the Tartarian free energy network. We have evidence that this is the case right now, guys. And you see these serrated tops? You see these little lugs on top? These? So they all share these common themes, these certain types. Also this, like something is removed maybe. It's very smooth, and these serrates. So this, and all that effort just to go by a crappy old wooden gate and a crappy old bit of wall in to protect that crappy old bit of wall in, when this, you know, is really good quality. Yes? Maybe even these. Part of energy transference for the circuit board cities that were Tartaria, or are now, but this free energy. So this again, the same serrates. This one looks like it may have been altered. And as I said, you find them in the most obscure of places. So I'm gathered that these two bollards are to protect this brick wall or this arch in London somewhere, are they? This crappy bit of old brickwork needs protecting so you don't drive into it. Maybe. But what about these? And there. So they are not to protect this coin or this corner here or there, are they? They are deep. So they've been in mud, and or they've been buried through time here, for energy transference into that building. Here and here. The quality and the effort just stinks that they're doing something else. Everything else in that picture is to shit, excuse my French. Everything in that picture is, except for these exquisitely made wrought iron bollards. Energy transference, the same serrated tops, fanned out, over a bridge to take a charge across a river. Also the wrought iron with technasmia inlaid, possibly sigils, etc. Maybe for energies, bad, who knows. I don't like the look of this one. Across a bridge as well. And energy transference down long avenues using chains and bollards. These bollards having the same serrated top as they have in other parts of Europe. So, what's the score with them then, guys? What is the score with them? Well, we got some evidence of what these exactly do, or one of their purpose, probably dual purpose. Excuse that, I keep pressing the wrong button. So, this was found, now I go through Pathé newsreels all the time. I do get copyrighted for them though, so I'll speed it up, or I'll just scroll through it better. So what this video is, guys, from Pathé newsreels, is world's first mobile phone, 1922. Hold that thought. And I've shown evidence of this sort of technology years before this, and I am proposing that it's no problem for them to have this 100 years prior, because nothing new under the sun. But check this out. So, two ladies come down a beautiful mud-flooded avenue, okay, and they got their mobile phone, but it's run flat. So what do you do in your reality when you want to charge up your phone? You plug it into your wall or your mains, or you plug it into your computer, yes? Ladies, show the people how you charge your phone in 1922. What? You connect it to a bollard? The same bollard with these serrated tops, but the lug is on there now? And that gives you a charge. It's active. Are all bollards active? Check this out, guys. Bingo. They're live, all right, or they were then. So she's got a charge. Now she can get a signal. Wireless signal. Now she got a battery charged. Ka-ching. And she needs a signal, so she uses her umbrella as some sort of dish or antenna to get her signal. And now she gets through to the wirelessly to the operator. Operator service, which number you calling? And they give you a bit of music. Yeah, you know, one time, guys, in the past, the far off distant past, you used to be able to phone a number, right, on the telephone that would tell you the time. No shit. I know, nothing stranger than reality. So I'll show you once more. I'll give you the links and check it out for yourself. These bollards, you can get charged up on your phone in 1922. So that mystery solved. Now we know what they do. And it's extra evidence of what we are proposing is definitely the case, guys. Circuit board cities, free energy networks for the golden age of Tartaria, taken by a pack of wild animals, and we told you the beast was growing, and now the beast is fully grown and it's on us. Thankfully, there's a resistance, and thankfully, we got a breakaway civilization, which I'll talk about now in a minute. Now, pretty excellent, eh, guys? And the umbrellas, that might be a little bit of an answer to what's going on with them. And so they're a technology too. So that's two bingos in one little video. Ka-ching. Now, extra stuff to have a think about. People have been talking to me in my comments. What the freaking hell do I keep doing that? In my comments about, there's a film called Melancholia. And I've talked about the Melancholia Code for years. It's concerning a depiction of a Phoenician watching a comet come in. Now, some of the things that we talked about yesterday on my live post concerning the Phoenicians being in the water, or all of this water is information, and we may be materializing them in the clouds, which are shown exactly like we have been talking about in all of these depictions. Do you see? In this case, bringing storms and tempests. This is the Jewish model of Earth, the box, the room, in this case a circle where we're in, and you have hell below, which is Tartarus, chaos below us. And then they show just North Africa and Europe at this time as their world, with water all around. And this is the Gibraltar Straits, the columns of Hercules. But what is interesting is they show ether, Sol, in here, in the dome with us, and all of the luminaries in the dome themselves. So it's quite a good one. You get that in most ancient cultures anyway. They all say pretty much the same thing. It's only this Western theology goes with heliocentricism, because it's ruled by a bunch of evil, greedy, cowardly little shits, which have come unstuck. And I can say that with all confidence because there's nothing they can actually do to moi, not anymore, that they haven't done already. So she's asleep, and there's a demon blowing something in her ear with a bellows. Is it like the devil's whisper? And these Phoenicians, which are really strange looking guys, we're thinking it's all, they come up from the water, they are thought forms, and they are essentially, you just get a bad feeling about it all with them. It's not us, not who we were in the Tartarian golden age. Now this is something I got on my wall in my bedroom, and it's an intriguing little map because it shows you the comets, which I'm going to post about in the next week or so because somebody asked me in my comments, but I have covered them much, and I have been talking and saying the comets bring problems when they arrive, and I've been prostrating that they are also a tech. You can see them proposed on here, comets galore, one as a sword, fiery chariot, all the way around. They show you comets, shooting stars, and they're in with Phoenicians. In this case, you've got a dog head and Phoenicians, dragons. So yeah, it's a fantastic map, and it goes in layers. And then you come down to, there's a world map, which is like an azimuth or equidistant. And then in the northern regions, you see like a mining operation. So, which this place is, or was, a giant's mining operation. And in the middle, it looks exactly like something out of the Voynich manuscript. Water swirling, if that's what that is. Could be plasma, I can't tell. In the centre of this place. But they got like trees on a circle all the way around. So it is Jesuit, as you can see up here. Elementaries, and it's Jesuit with their sort of thinking. But intriguing, they have an azimuth and equidistant, and in the past, giants, where you have to keep giving them chickens, bringing them stuff to appease them. Otherwise, I'm guessing they got a bit pissy. I don't really know. Feed that giant. So, the Titans, is there a chance that they can come back? So the Phoenicians in this case, this one's made of stars, which is why I was proposing on my last post our Phoenician stars, because this one is certainly, but there's a projected, basically a mirrored, reflective beam of what we have prostrated could be some sort of projection from a lensed sun, which looks like a movie projector. Basically, you're in a movie. And who are the props in your play? You're playing the parts which you thought from the start was an honest one. Now do I plead an actor indeed? Yeah, Supertramp, definitely big social engineers. The crime of the century, have a listen to that. What are they planning now? The crime of the century. So, proposed on this last post, the last post on this channel was the Phoenicians clouds. Well, this is the case. They are showing you them constantly on clouds, pouring water, energy transference, information transference. The trees also, the bushes, the whole place is vibrant with energy and information transference. The Phoenicians themselves, which is shown in one family, if you ask me, okay, of this information. Here's Melancholia. She sits in wait, she has the board game, which is a number code, the hourglass, the bell, ding, ding, comet comes in, reality's reset, and then they do some sort of judgment, because this is a test to see who's going to believe the bullshit out there or not. Let's see how long it takes them. You know, guys, we've come so far as people, haven't we? And let's not let them fuck this up for us now, eh? We've come too far. The prize is too great. We will not lose this. We won anyway. Can't lose it. Can't lose it if you've already won. It's just a matter of time before they fuck off. excuse my French again. So here's the Phoenicians brought in the Middle Ages on extravagant boat-like craft with a phoenix. The whole narrative of the phoenix rising from the flames is plasma discharge and the rising of culture after a Phoenician reset. This one shows many-headed cobras. She looks like she's got an elongated head as well. So, this will not be a dramatically long vlog. I've quite a lot to show you. I've had a couple of outings this week. My friend visited with me and my son. We went out and looked at some archaeological stuff. And we'll have a little look at them in a minute as well. So that'll be fun. And some strange engravings from Hieronymus, is it? Well, it looks like Hieronymus type Bosch stuff. He just painted an obscure, weird past, but here are the dog heads. And they're shown many depictions with a horrendous, really bad scene going down. With basically, I know it sounds terrible, but I've been saying for years now, like, that they go nuts on us, and in some cases, they eat us. What if, you know, we're all supposed to be doing something else, like basically mining gold? We haven't been really doing as we're told. Maybe the people who've been doing as they're told will be okay. And what's the score with the hats? Why is everybody in antiquity have a hat? Civilization spiraling. See this? Plasma, waves, destruction. So I did have a message from somebody who said they were going to tell me something, but they wanted a private call. I'm like, well, private call's not going to be no different to talking to me in an email, you know, because basically they watch all. Saying something big is coming next week, and no shit Sherlock, but not very specific whether it's it. So this is a freaky Jesuit image. You've got Solomon the Great, a magician, up here doing a Masonic handshake because it's all, you know, Masons. The metaphysical realm on this tree of life, and then you get the spiral, which is like DNA, like the spiral in and out, and then you got the DNA spiral down here as well. And then what you get is like endless people walking up these caverns, but they're giants. This guy's a giant, these are little. You can see that. Out of the water again. And these watering plants don't seem too bothered about anything. They're sinking. Okay. And the horn of plenty. Big smiley face, salt, sun. It's the Phoenicians. This is showing you how they infiltrated us by the look of it. Seeds from the water, the information. To a tree. For humanity. Suspicious as frig. But what a cool image. There's so much to depicted in that image. I've shown it many times. This is something we talked about quite a while. Is the comet of 1814 and 1812, excuse me. Now the comet arrived in 1811. It was seen right the way through 1812. It was witnessed by Napoleon. It's called Napoleon's comet. Tekushba's comet. It's got all sorts of names, but it brought a reset. These people know this is going to bring shit because it's so close. But this guy, he's looking at them because he knows. He knows and understands the terrifying truth of this place, and the fact that you shouldn't really get involved with it because it's out of our control. It's nature. It's the natural way. Some people, we all get ascended. This is the end of a tiny little fragment of the story, guys. Being tested. You fail? Groundhog Day. But they can't because we broke it. And they can't reset it because we broke it. As far as I know. So Fortuna. She's a little guy, isn't he? A little giant. She's a giant. She got an orb. Phoenician kneecaps. Because she is a Phoenician. And it's got wings. There's active charge. Not sure what's happening there. So it's another winged Phoenician. And the narrative of this dude who eats babies, which is Phoenician thing because they got like a death cult going on, Babylonian death cult. And this is another reset from that very strange time of the French Revolution. The French Revolution. And what you see is a Phoenician in the clouds, the information of Bachet's plasma discharge. Civilization this side, pleading and begging. And same orb, which always looks metallic. And Wheel of Fortune, I guess. And he's arriving from the snow. It's not a very French theme, but as you can see, trouble. Okay, there she is again, Melancholia. Pissed off, waiting. This is such a coded picture. But there's a film, Melancholia. I have seen it. It was a bit boring and slow, but again, with a comet, all Europe, waiting. There's one there with the rainbow that they're using now with the pandemic as their emblem, sort of telling us. Plus the rain's over, isn't it? So, Dura, 5, 10, and it is the same message. The whole of antiquity gives you the same message. This is supposed to be Mary, Queen of Scots. It says Maria Scrotuman, so probably got a pair of bollocks. Sorry. From the year. No, she's a fine-looking woman. I just couldn't look at it for very long. A J583 we have here. A J583 for Maria Scrotum Regina. So Mary Queen of Scots, who wanted to basically kill Elizabeth I. But see these? They're a tech. They hold air inside, so whether they keep your head cool. It's a really strange thing, isn't it? It doesn't look nice. It's actually really, really silly. They all wear them in the Middle Ages. Very, very iffy. And it's always in the clouds. Do you see now, guys? So, I had an email earlier. And somebody said to me that we should be careful of the fog. And I've talked about bad air. And I've talked about miasma for years now. And I definitely think it's a thing. Bad air. Night air, they call it. This is from an old German woodcut. I'm sure you've seen it before, but sorry I can't enlarge it, but they do show a lot of orbs on UFOs showing up in the sky. There's been many instances of this. And active antiquitech being attacked. So for some reason they need to attack the top of a tower that has an antiquitech device which is showing to be active. Okay. Note the top of these domes. Don't they look exactly like the tops of those bollards, guys? Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I think they are. So why you would want to attack a building is to take out its technology, like so. Would you disagree this is not the case? Well, that's what the depictions are actually showing us, aren't they? So, attack that tech. So here's a strange little thing. Obviously a beautiful big spire, but I can't tell you where it is. But what is weird about it is, well, it's all mud flooded. It's an old world. This even looks like a fireplace. And there's just a tree in the middle of the street. Because it's mud flooded, everyone's just coming back. You know, how is the tree in the middle of a street? Didn't they ever have cats or what have you? It's a very strange place. So it's sort of the artist showing you really that. And look at the antiquity, guys. This stuff's around now. And look at these two fellas here, the Phoenicians. Oh, sorry, there they are there. Yeah? So if I was hazard to guess, I'd say that was probably 17th century. Cryptids, we talk about these quite a lot on Flat Earth British. And this. So, Phoenician fiery swords, and what it says, I've shown many times, this is the number game. If you're good with maths, you might be able to work it on pinpoints when exactly we get resetted, if. But it says all those in the laurel are good. All those in the serpent are evil. So the serpent, active charge. You've got a serpent eating its tail here, if that's what it is, dragon. But completing an 8, an infinity 8, 2 number games. Some alchemical symbols for luminaries, etc., planet, bodies, etc., Libra, I see. So, really strange. This looks like a Solomon sigil. It's on the bottom here. And this is supposed to be a map of the universe. But it's in a box, and it's the 4 angels, because we're in a box. So the alchemical weirdness, the pyramid, standing on suns, it's that. It's the information, it's the water. I'm going to talk about this on my next post quite a bit. I'm going to talk about infected air a bit, as in non-affected air, excuse me, as in yawns. A big clue to how this reality works. Okay, guys, the fact that we can catch a yawn. Somebody told me in my comments that they call it their chicken yawning. Chickens yawn, guys. Who knew? And the homunculus, guys, the homunculus, they were test tube humans, if you like, super intelligent, far more intelligent than their creators, only as little as you can trace information about the making or the producing of homunculus even in the 1800s, guys. Okay, this is like, you know, alchemy was right the way through the 1800s as well, so this stuff was happening. In my mind, they've teched it up and this shit's going down. Even heads in jazz is going down. So you get the all-seeing eye, because we're being watched, alright. We've never not been watched, we've never been alone. Keeps on watching you. So there's Lucifer, he's got his bottle of shit, and he's in fire, and there's a Solomon sigil there. What does it say? Gentithia, or Agnetithia? Ooh, it's difficult to say which is the beginning. Oh, 2 A's as well. But yeah, this is an electrical circuit. It means something. And this looks like John D doing some weird stuff with summoning. Okay. Here's the same serpent eating its tail, the cycle. The resetting cycle. Homunculus. Serpentage. Very, very, very spooky stuff. And again, sun, cold light of the moon, and the serpent and the convergence point here. Or a microcosm tech, actually, of how this place works. But again, the Phoenicians are in the water, in the clouds, guys. The water. They're in the water itself. They travel here through the water, which is why these are all over antiquity. And they come through these maybe portals, black mirrors, scathing mirrors. But here they are, guys. In the information, in the plants, in the trees. In this paradigm. But can be neutralized. So there's a Solomon sigil as well. This is the seal of Solomon, light, solar, masculine joined with dark lunar feminine, as above, so below. In Masonic Solomon thing. As within, so what's that? As within, so without. Again, it's the 4 angels, and this is the structure of this place. If you don't know about 4 angels, watch The Greatest Secret Never Told on this channel and the Celtic Tartarian channel. More homunculus breeding. So the patron and the mother and the father, Sol and Luna, have managed to breed in a homunculus jar a lady, it's weird, and somebody else. But look at their claws. They're hiding their true identities. What they really are. Okay. So that's out the Voynich manuscript. And Branxus, also got serpent legs going on, also a head like an Anubis or a chicken or an eagle, a cryptid. So these are out the Voynich manuscript, and I 100% think that they're Phoenician. They're watery theme. And 3-4 witches, painted by Dürer. 4 witches. So I don't know. It's what year that is. 1497. I497. I'm guessing it's men that invented the witches should be all naked, because there's no, it's not really a rule, is there, that all witches should be going around naked. I'm sure they dress some of them, but I think that was a man invention. Yeah, definitely. Witches are always naked, man. In this case, the Phoenicians are always naked. Look at him, flaming hair. Phoenician. The devil, the devil or the New Jersey dance, the horrible relation of facts, which took place a few weeks ago in New Jersey, and that was in 1797. The devil turned up, and this is 1511. More Dürer chopping someone up, as you can see. The Phoenicians, check them out. Natura. Many heads of animals, many breasts, all on a plinth. Yet, appears to be alive. Why is that? This is an early picture, but it's definitely showing the mind's eye. Okay, showing the mind's eye here. He's awakened his mind's eye, and it's at the inception of building Tower of Babel and Antiquitech. Or is he projecting? But that's his mind's eye is slapped open, and he's seeing this. And that's from a 16th century or early 17th century depiction. Buildings, Aztec Nazmia, with organs, and the whole thing would be like a big speaker. Okay, now outings. Now I went out this week. My friend Mel came over and visited me and my son Lawrence. We went out for some visits on the South Wales coast. So I'm going to show you now, because it was very enjoyable. And you all know Mel, who's always in my chat feed, and we've been friends for a long time now. This comes with my lovely dog. Love this dog, Mercy. Okay, this is Mercy. All go ah. After 3, ah. It's the most loving dog. It's a Ridgeback cross pitbull thing. So yeah, we went off for some outings. I'll show you now. We went to just local South Wales coast to go to a unbelievable rock formation, which we'll look at now, which we were at these cliffs, and they collapsed a day or two later. I'll show you now. This is in Cardiff Centre, on the side of a gallery, just off of Queen Street. Somebody has done an apocalyptic Shadow Man wall, fragments of glass, very spooky indeed. On an art gallery in Cardiff. Check this out, how sinister this is. Where was his head at? It's like fragments of glass, can you see? It's like a message in that somewhere, but have a little study of that. So it's awesome to be doing these little extras. I hope you do enjoy it, guys. I've got plenty I could bring to you on a way of extras, but that with the Bollards is a bingo, so I had to do that. So this is pretty Georgian part of Cardiff. As you can see, the beautiful Georgian houses. There are lower levels on these. And this is some sort of art gallery with satanic stuff on the side. Never seen it before, and I couldn't tell you how long it's been there. There it is. The artist's name was actually under here, but I didn't actually get it. It was a 3-barrel name. There it is, David Duller. Okay, let's get that a bit closer. David Dealer. Not sure. David Deal or something. Let's have a look closer. I'm not sure if you can make that out. Mand. Yeah, or Hand. David Delahand. Yeah, David Delahand did that. Highly sinister artwork. Got dunces hats. Devils, demons. Strange thing to put on a frigging building. It's not exactly oozing love, is it? So this is in a botanical gardens near Cardiff called Penarth, and we are on the basically South Wales coast where I live, in Cardiff, and basically it's on the Gulf Stream, so we get warm tropical waters, and this is the sort of fauna you will get in my region. Little beautiful Welsh orchids and this sort of beauty. So yeah, it was a really nice visit, a really nice time, I've got to be honest. So there's my son, Lawrence Leedtkes, who's Welsh Dragon Metals. See him there? Yeah, cool, isn't it? With lovely shot that is, with all that beautiful stuff. That's a better shot. So look at that garden. That's my boy, Lawrence Leedtkes, with his hair going on. The botanical gardens on the promenade of Penarth in South Wales. So there's me, Melage, and Lawrence hanging out in a place which give us a free drink on Penarth Pier. Melage during sunset with Lawrence. So that was cool. This is a device a fisherman left on the beach, which could basically do its own fishing while he went for a walk. The future. Now, history lesson. What we got here is a place called Lavernock Point. Lavernock Point. Have you heard of that? Well, it's where the first transatlantic signal went from here, right on this point, with Marconi across the Atlantic to Newfoundland. Yes. And this is it. Okay, there's a little sort of thing there as well to commemorate it. And you might see the nasty ass petrol terminal in Cardiff Docks. It's a moon. These are two islands out in Bristol Channel, Flatholme and Steepholme. And on this beach, it was supposed to be Jurassic, okay guys. Now, what you find is it's full of ancient tree trunks. And they are tree trunks, they're not from pillars of old jetties, this is a tree trunk. And not only that, they follow right the way down. So, in the recent past, there would have been no sea here, this would have been a forest and not a beach. And what's more, you see that's a tree, would you agree? You can see the treeness going on. Yes, it's a tree. So that was a forest. That's a prehistoric sort of thing, or old. There's no such thing as prehistoric. That's Mel and Mercy taking photos of stuff. My son picking up bits of glass and beach stuff. The island's in the background. Gets cut off with water each day. It's deadly if you get caught in this causeway. It's called Sully Island. Sully Island. Well, taking pics like David Bailey of that. That island there, and this in the distance here is Portishead. Oh, sorry, Clevedon in Avon. On a good day, you can even see up as far as Avonmouth. I'm guessing that's 25 miles from this place here. As you can see, the ship going in front of Steepholme there. Definitely no curvature going on there, is there? So this was interesting. I just took a photograph because I thought it was a good clue. Yole to the past, or liquor ode to our past, excuse me. 19 Crimes is inspired by those who, in the beginning, in 1788, were transported to Australia for a life of hard labour. Many did not survive the journey. For the sea-beaten people who made it ashore, they saw a new world awaited them. As the pioneers in this harsh frontier colony, they surged, I can't see that word, it's around the bottle, fresh pathways and built new lives from their conquered pasts, brick by brick. So basically they're saying in 1788, a load of people hardly got there alive, they got ashore and built that great civilization you see today in Australia, like Melbourne and Sydney and Perth and all of that antiquity going on. So they still want poll tax, even though we haven't been anywhere because we've been on lockdown. And for what? When they just put rubbish bags all over the streets of Cardiff. Absolutely fucking disgusting. This was a thumbnail I used this week. A great response for this thumbnail. I don't know why. It is nice, but it is. I'm hoping, I'm praying that that's a lady. I think it is though, because of this bit here. So yeah, fantastic artwork. Blew my mind, this one, because it's supposed to be like shitty medieval beds, and this one's beautiful. Looks quilted, or even air in it. It's just fantastic. So yeah, we went to a place called Llantwit Major, which is just down the road, a few miles, and they got lots of antiquity there. There's my son again, Lawrence Liedtkes. Welsh Dragon Metals, please sub to him. He's just coming up to 1,000 subs. He needs a few more. Yes, 700, and then he can go live and put ads in, hopefully. So this is called Burial Lane, and they got little windows. See, it says Burial Lane. I'm not sure if that had been a water feature, but pretty little town. And this is interesting. Now what we got here, guys, is Tinkinswood. If you Google it now, it will say that it's one of the most important archaeological sites in Europe. They say in Britain, through age, it's second only to Stonehenge. This is a 6,000-year-old site, they say. They say that this Neolithic stone, which I'm about to show you, is the biggest in Europe. And this is only a couple of miles from my house. Tinkinswood Burial Chamber. Okay. Weighing down the largest capstone in Wales, Tinkinswood Chambered Tomb has stood there for 6,000 years. Still and immovable. Not so the 50 people housed inside. So they found 50 corpses or bodies inside, all in fetal position in this one. Their bones may have been removed by their own Neolithic relatives many times. So, bullshit. Skeletons of men, women and children found inside the burial chamber had bits missing. Yeah, because it got eaten. It is thought that they were not left to rest in this place, but they were taken out into the light for some special ritual. Well, that sounds sinister. Over time, fewer bones had survived the trip. Rituals may have been taking place in front of the burial chamber. It faces east and is enclosed by protecting wings, which we'll look at now, as if to scoop up the rays of the sun of each new dawn. Thousands of years later, the tomb was still respected as the sacred place by people with no memory of its Neolithic builders. Bronze Age people who dug the pit into a mound brought their own burial practices, mingling the bones with their dead with domestic animals. Tinkinswood still holds spiritual fascination for us today. It is said that it has the power to change you forever. Being sure on the night of May Day or St. John's Day, the 23rd of June, or Midwinter Day, you could result in your death, madness, or you could turn into a poet. So all of them are pretty shit. So if you survive death or madness, you end up a poet, apparently. A bard. You get bad from being a bard. This was the site, they say. I think something else completely was going on, and I will show you now. So 6,000-year-old, and they say they dug them up for some sort of ritual, put them back in again. They were all messed up, basically. So here it is. The first thing you will notice is it's been melted. This entire stone has been melted, you will see. So this is the capstone itself. You can see now on top of it, these are these things that catch the rays. We'll look at them a bit better now. So that's what Mary is pointing at. Okay, so as you see here, it's all melted out and bubbled. So it's taken some meat. We were prostrating. This thing could have been the side of a wall and just fallen down. So just move on. It is massive and it is melted. I've got a little bit of film to show you as well. And they say it's one of the most important sites in the country. And they just put shitty, crude concrete in a crack, because there's a big crack running along it, right? And they just put concrete in it because it's basically almost in two parts. Underneath, you can see the light, and they put concrete. And what they did, they say, is they put it on top of a bollard or a plinth that was built in the First World War, which I'll show you now. There's some sort of names in here and some sort of what looks like a repair, who's hard to say, but everything looks heat affected. You see, names. Who even knows how long they've been there? More again. Inside this tomb. Very, very atmospheric place to be. As you can see, there was something in that cubby hole in the corner, because there were stones put there. Didn't want to pull them out and find out though. So this column here was put in the First World War, 1914, when this was a big mound and they dug it out. Okay, and all the bodies were in here. Interesting, isn't it? I know. We got all history in Wales, guys. It's so cool. And look at that. Looks like a face. Looks like an alien. But melted, isn't it? It's all stripped. And this is a highly strange stone here, this one as well. It's all like serrated. Almost man-made. Somebody was in there and... Lawrence. Almost like it's serrated or hit when it was soft. Something going on there, isn't there, guys? What do you say? So, it's Mercy looking around. And there's that really, really weird shape. So terrible stuff on my system then. And there it is, melted. Would you disagree this was melted? No, I know. So, and this is the entrance outside. There's some sort of plinth holding this in, but it seems to be more recent work. Look at this. It's like the stone being put in there, and on top as well it looks like a window was blocked in. So I'm thinking there was something else going on with this big thing. It was like it was one side of a wall had fallen over, and some of these expanded bits in this site. This was what was once a pit, which I stood in, which was full of bodies apparently. And there's all of these haphazard stones. They're not explaining them. The size of this thing, guys. There were stacks of people looking at it. Biggest in Europe, they say. And that was also a pit for deados. But I thought it was a jacuzzi when I stood in it. Also looks like they got giant remains here. This one looks like a foot or teeth. Like teeth. And here, teeth. See that? And they're just like haphazard stones, just tossed around, and they all look like them. This one's dressed, but this one looks like teeth. But it looks like they've been melted. You see? Melted. Very interesting place to visit. Tinkinswood, and there's another burial chamber just on the road called St. Livens. It's a little bit smaller. Still a highly interesting place to visit. Melted, would you disagree? Well, it looks like melting to my eyes. Just that bubbling and pitting. Something is just hot at some stage. Yeah, that's melting. So yeah, it's taking some heat, this place. But what a massive piece of stone. So I did, as marriage, I did have, oh, as my son is waving. Hello. I did have a bit of film. To other people. So this whole thing is an enclosure, and part of this, what would have been a building. It's quite big. Part of this. And it looked like there was a window blocked here, and they blocked it up. Can you see that? Which led us to think there was a side of a wall that's just fallen down this way. Punk. Plonk. Onto this, which was built when they discovered it, they say, in 1914. And they built that brick pillar to hold up that crack. Or if it just fallen down, landed on a pillar that was the gates to this manor house, and it cracked the stone, and this was the side of the wall. Wouldn't that make more sense? Well, it could equally be that case, I think. Or we think. Yeah, strange wall, that one. Really strange. Almost as if they were trying to break out. Ooh, horrible thought. They were excavated in 1914. and then they had to go off and get blown to pieces in the trenches. So Tinkinswood, Neolithic burial chambers, but a psyop. The Neolithic era is bullshit. So that was my outings for this week with my son and my friend, having a brilliant time looking at some antiquity. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, this is Barbaria Discourse server, okay, and this is our server. I am basically a moderator or member of staff here, and I can basically allow you to join. Now, John Levy's on here, I reckon. I did send it to him. Campbell from Auto Detective is on here, and other people are on here, look guys. So sign up, get on here, and we can get you involved in Barbaria. This is a place we can discuss it. Guru Baba's on here, already proposing a currency for said civilization, crypto coin, the guy does it. John Levy houses castles for $1, which he's posted I believe today. I haven't caught that just yet, but he told me about it yesterday. FEB Barbaria off grid survival there, I put that up. California, so you know, people are finding out. There's Barbaria Queensland there, which you can find out about which people are already at. Okay, so hope you enjoyed them images. I've got some images of the day, and then I'm going to chuck out. Okay, now the Great Exposition of Paris. They left this bit in, but all of this here was destroyed apparently in a fire. This is Antiquitech on top here, these bits. Gone now in the modern day, if you look at later photographs. But we've got photographs of the fire. Apparently metal can burn. But have a look at the Phoenician water. Look at this. Is she alive? Is that alive? Holy cow, guys. My mind is blown. That can't be a statue. What the flipping hell is going on? It's a mermaid. She's massive and she's got... Holy cow, I can't even imagine. That's just too realistic and scary for my liking. I don't know what's going on. So here's the top hatters. Technology. We've got one fellow with one off, but look at these Phoenician statues. Never got any clothes. And there's this civilization. Everything you see here, trickling on the this thing here, they're all gone in the modern day. This isn't. This is still there, but it's oldest civilization that they've taken down and ruined. Was there already. You bring the new arrivals in to check this shit out, and I can't get my head around that. That's freaking me out. That's too weird, guys. Come on, don't you think that's weird? I think Lee sent me this one. It's blowing my mind, Lee. Yeah. Wow. 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 And here we go again. Palm trees in Paris. Palms. Classical themed architecture under this massive antenna. Antiquitech device. And all of this here, the shells, see the shells, these, all gone, all removed, the whole of this. And this, technology, gone. In the modern day. That's a sweet photo. These are before and afters, it's just to show you how much they've messed this place up, okay, so. Before, okay, Koenigsberg, before, beautiful, isn't it? This was the civilization just before us, and now it looks like a Gorillaz video. It's shit now compared to 100 plus years ago. Hard to believe, isn't it? How they con everyone into thinking we've been progressive, when really they took the tech out. Observe the clock tower. And now, a featureless nothing. Whatever was in there before, it wasn't a clock, it's tech. Antiquity dome, with what looks like a conductor on top. Gatherer, completely gone. Featureless. Taken away, all of it. The only thing that remains of that is the original balustrade here. Sorry, I can't see below to see if they've left any of the decoration. So they've removed all the technology on that one. Here, beautiful mudflood, huh? Yeah? Beautiful building. Active technosmia at the time. And nowadays, the mud is gone. Dug it out and there's another door underneath we didn't get to see. So, okay, that was the door there. Funny how they put the lightning bolt on, isn't it? You know, like Flash Gordon. This lightning bolt's always a clue, it's a Masonic thing, telling us about the plasma discharge events. So the door was there. All of this has been taken away. There's doors down here, and a door which would have been down there below ground level. Mudflood. Incredible. Very sweet image. Love that. Next one. So 1900. And the modern day. Let's have a look. Let us see. Well, it's changed this side, hasn't it? There's some sort of planty thing coming down there, and here you can see the windows, so they're behind something there. It's quite a good one. Statues have been added on the columns, which are different columns, but I look at them. And this is a good example. This is in Brooklyn. Okay. Beautiful mudflood, and she's there in the modern day. Not too dissimilar. Let's have a look at this side arch. It's more prominent. It sticks out. It's got two columns. It's only the one on that. The front door there. One. Okay, that's right. The stairs open out a bit more. Look a bit different. And the lower levels are there. So it looks a completely different building. 1872, 1873, and the modern day. So not too many changes, but some. Just curious, it's a flat roof on this. So, 2019. It's despicable. What kind of civilization did they have there in 1941? Yeah, well, everywhere it's like that, isn't it? In 1941, you get to the modern day. It's all gone. Where's that church? World War II, I guess. So, mudflood evidences here. Or would have been underground. You walked in and out of at one stage. Here's the building now filled in. There it is, with the mud, I guess. Back in the day. And the Montgomery ward. Oh, Montgomery. The busy beehive. And that's what was happening in one of these buildings, they tell us. Same place. The spire's gone. This bit remains here. The next bit up, they took the spire down. I wonder why. And that was happening in that building, believe it or not. Montgomery Ward and Co. Okay, lovely little mud flood image, this one. So you got this massive thing. The mud is still there. Nothing happening. Rocks, mud, vent, people. And she's in the modern day. Lovely shot. Okay, we're moving on. And That's nice. What was it like when it was okay? Oh shit. Gone. Why would you leave that to rack and ruin? Well, we know. And in the past, beautiful gardens, 1904, water, such attention to detail, overhead roads or railways even, antiquitech, buildings galore, beautiful. Nowadays, gone. And it's the same for the whole of this Western world, this Christendom, whatever they call it. They got rid of all the good stuff and they concreted it over. Any active technasmia buildings, you see the portal, gone. Some of the original facade is up here on the top. Everything else is gone on this building, really. What a crime, guys. What a crime. Bushwick Theatre back in the day. My oh my. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, excuse me a minute. I'm coming back in a day or so on Flat Earth British martinliedtke channel. I want to thank you for joining me here tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stuff that I've showed you. It's quite mind-blowing, I know. And this is some of the ideas we put on last night's post concerning the Phoenicians hiding in the water. Because the water don't taste like warrior water. Okay, I'll be back very soon. Make sure to share this out. Make sure to subscribe to this and all of the Flat Earth British channels. And peace and love to you all. Okay, and I'll be back very soon. Okay, I enjoyed that. Fun.